Hi, my name is Dana Brammage, but you can just call me Dan. That's Dan Brammage. And I had a head injury, and it affected the way I speak. And so anyway, I have several daughters, and I just want to give a shout out to my daughters, all of you. You know who you are, but especially to Anna, who gave me this great shirt. It says, for those of you who cannot read it, it says, "You're just jealous because the voices talk to me." And that's exactly why everybody's jealous of me, because the voices talk. I mean, never mind. I had a head injury, and apparently since I had a head injury, I'm really, really cool. And I'm like the coolest mom ever. And I know it. And so since I am so cool, and since now I have this funny way of speaking, and I use, I'm from South Carolina. Let me think. I live near the Chattooga River. Have you ever seen Deliverance? Yeah, that's what I used to sound like. Anyway, I wanted to read something to you because it's you can tell about the voice a little bit better when I'm reading, because I don't know. Anyway, so since this is for my children, I decided to read a story for my children. I'm sorry about the glasses. They broke, but being that I'm a cool mom, I can get away with wearing glasses that are taped. So, anyway, this is for you, my babies. It's called The Little Red Hen. The Little Red Hen. There once lived in a big barnyard a little red hen and her brood of little fluffy chicks. She had neighbors, a fat little pig and a duck and a goose. One day, the little red hen found a few grains of wheat scattered about on the ground. "Cluck, cluck," called the little red hen, and all her little chicks came running. The duck and the goose came running too, thinking the little red hen had found something to eat. But the pig, being so fat and lazy, just waddled up slowly. "Cluck, cluck," said the little red hen, "just look at these grains of wheat I have found. Now who will help me plant them?" "Not I," quacked the duck. "Nor I," honked the goose. "Nor I," grunted the fat little pig. "I will plant the wheat myself then," said the little red hen, and she set to work. The rain fell and the sun shone, and by all the little grains of wheat sprouted and pushed their bright green blades up through their blanket of earth. The little red hen had been keeping close watch upon them. As they grew, and when she saw them all dressed in their golden holiday clothes, she was very much pleased indeed. "The wheat is ripe," she sang, as she ran about the barnyard. "Now who will help me cut it?" "Not I," quacked the duck. "Nor I," honked the goose. "Nor I," grunted the fat little pig from his bed in the shed. "Then I will cut it myself," declared the little red hen, and she hurried into the barn for a sickle. She worked long and hard that day, cutting the golden wheat. "Who will help me thresh the wheat?" she called out one morning, bright and early. "Not I," quacked the duck. "Nor I," honked the goose. "Nor I," grunted the fat pig. "Dear me, then I guess I shall have to thresh it myself," said the little red hen. and into that barn she ran to find a flail. With the flail she beat out all the golden grains from the ears. "Now," said she, bright and early the next morning, "the wheat has been planted and cut and threshed. Who will help me carry it to the mill?" "Not I," quacked the duck. "Nor I," honked the goose. "Nor I," grunted the fat pig. "Well, in that case," said the Little Red Hen, "I will carry it." To the mill myself. And away she ran into the barn to get a sack to carry the wheat in. She filled the sack with wheat and threw it over her back. Then away she went toward the mill to have the wheat ground into flour. But it was heavy. When she had reached the barnyard once more, the Little Red Hen called, "The wheat is now soft, white flour. Who will help me bake the bread?" "Not I," quacked the duck. "Nor I," honked the goose. "Nor I," grunted the fat pig. "Then I will bake it myself," said the Little Red Hen. When at last the bread was baked and came out of the oven, in fine big loaves, she set it carefully aside to cool, and stepped to the door of her little house. "Cluck, cluck," the Little Red Hen called, and all her little chicks came running. The duck and the goose came running too, and the fat little pig also came. Really? "Now, who will help me eat the bread?" said the Little Red Hen. "I will," quacked the duck. "I will too," honked the hungry goose. "And I," squealed the fat pig. "You remember that I planted the wheat and cut it? I threshed it and carried it to mill. I made the bread and baked it. And now all of you would help me eat it? No, indeed." And the Little Red Hen called all her chicks into the house and shut the door tight. "Oh dear," quacked the duck. "Why did I not help the Little Red Hen? Then I should have fine white bread too. What a lazy dunce I have been," hissed the goose to herself. "Oink, oink," grunted the fat little pig sadly. "A little work and a little less sleep wouldn't have hurt me any." But the Little Red Hen, who had worked so hard, was happy, and she sang as she cut thick slices of fresh bread and spread them with butter and jam for her hungry little chicks. The end. So, my daughters, Isabella, Finn, Anna, Kaylee, and the rest of you whose names I have forgotten to mention, this is your story.